Saints fans, last episode for the year of Saints TV podcast. We're going out with a bang. Got a lot to chat about. There's the BNF, there's trade, there's rumours, there's everything. It's all happening. St Kilda never stops. It never sleeps. Moorabbin never sleeps. Boys, how are we feeling? Had the week off. Had a good night on Monday night at the BNF, and some of us pulled up better than others, but nonetheless, how you feeling, Jakey?
Yeah, a week later, I'm feeling really good, actually. It's taken me 7 days, but that was pretty surreal that whole night, being there and seeing the awards and suiting up. I love suiting up, so it was a good excuse to go to Crown and get the suit out and spend some time with you boys. That's a bit different, the scenery, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was nice.
Outside of our usual sort of setup in this comfy abode.
Yeah, that's right. We got our interviews done, and then it was just about enjoying the night, wasn't it? It was good fun. Yeah. Marshy, how are you feeling?
Oh, yep, lads and listeners. I'm feeling great. It's Saints footy. It's so exciting. Like this is our true habitat. Like, finals is nice, but this is where we live in the trade realm.
In the silly season.
In the silly season where anything's possible, and the girls are just coming off 3 in a row.
3 in a row, huge.
So, hopefully get 4 on the trot against the Giants this Saturday, but I think it's Saturday. But talking off air, Jakey boy obviously didn't pull up too well after what do you reckon? Because he mixed the red wine with the white wine.
I didn't think I drank that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought
you should have had some
myself.
Black rum as well. You should have gone red, white, and black.
Yeah, that's it.
I know. I mean, So I was seeing black the next day.
He was blacked out. He was red, white,
and then blacked out.
Yeah.
So Joycey, you were out of the room while we're having this little chat, and Jake reckons he just couldn't really. His guts were no good the next day, and he said he tried everything. He tried dry crackers.
I did toast. I did toast. Toast is the go-to.
Yeah, chicken and rice and toast. Yeah,
the dry shit.
Yeah,
no flavour, nothing.
Yeah.
Carbs.
Whereas, it's the grease, man. Like, you need to get something dirty in the body.
Just the thought of that.
Uber Eats. I got 2 McMuffins.
I didn't
2
need
hash browns.
I didn't eat a proper meal until
a couple of orange juices. I was set.
Dinner the next day was the only time I was ballsy enough to actually pull out like a proper meal.
Wowza.
And it stayed down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was bad. I don't know why. It must have been the one little red before we went and saw your mate Heathy to get his tie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's chat about our attire today. First of all, Marshy, who are you wearing?
I'm dressed by Max Heath, the Moose.
Oh, lovely. Yes. And tell us a little bit about the number.
So, I guess for those listening, like kids go for boots. I feel like adults go for ties. So we rock up to the evening, and pretty early on in the piece, I'm like, I'm coming away with a tie. I want a tie. And, we were having a bit of a chat once the proceedings, the formalities finished, and everyone was just sort of, schmoozing, having a chat, and we were having a chat to, I think it was Natalie, Matthias's mum, and she's like, after a bit, realised what my quest was, and she's like, go speak to Matthias, say Natalie wants you to, give up your tie.
Yeah.
And I'm on my way over there to Matthias, and then sort of got intercepted by Moose's old man.
Mr. Heath. Mr. Moose.
Mr. Moose. Such a lovely dude.
Oh,
and we'll get there's a lot to chat about, so we can we'll get back to the parents, but having a good chat with Mr. Moose, and then I just told him what my quest was, and he's like, don't worry about Matthias, we're getting Maxie's, and I'm like, oh geez, all right. So then just like marches over to where Maxie is, and then he's just like basically like, give up your tie. So I'm nearly feeling bad. I feel like the kid at I don't know. You've sort of snitched on the kid down the street has like taken something off you, and you like tell his dad, and then the dad just goes over and he's like, right, give it over, that kind of thing. So I felt anyway. So gave up the tie. Damien Carroll presented. It was a full presentation.
Hilarious. It was great. Yeah, it was a BNF within the BNF.
It really was.
The Moose Award.
The Moose Award. Yeah. So it was lovely. I got knighted. I bent the knee as Carroll put it on, and. Yeah, we had a good chat to Jamie and Carol.
Who are you wearing over
I got no clue. Absolutely no clue. Someone must have just taken it off, hit the D floor,
Yeah,
thrown it around. I think you found it
Yeah, I
off
found
the ground somewhere or something. So I've got the reject one.
You got a player issue.
Although the tyre skills weren't great, so it might be a younger boy.
I reckon we'll look at the knot and then we'll look at the photos and we'll find out.
Like that,
because that's just that's the single Windsor.
That's pretty spot on.
Well, this
Joycey would have done it again.
You redid it.
I've done it again. This is the double Windsor. That's what you've got over there. The double Windsor. That's what. And can I say, you have to go double Windsor.
Yeah,
it's a must. Every time I see a single Windsor, it's just a little bit off to the left or a little bit off to the right, and I'm like, nah, just ain't it. And that just tells me that it was done by one of the younger boys. So I reckon you've landed a.
Do you reckon did Nasiah?
Yeah.
Oh, the tie came off pretty early for Nasiah. Yeah.
I reckon that's a hammer. That's a hammer job.
You reckon?
I might be.
Hammer time?
Yeah, because
he said he didn't know how to do a tie, so he got.
Because it was it was outside section, and I saw him going outside with a group of people.
It down.
So he was the only player I saw outside, and he didn't have a tie later on.
Okay. So you've gone the hammer. So we've gone a ruck trifecta because I'm actually wearing Rowan Marshall.
Yeah, that's it.
I actually bothered Rowan for his tie.
Yeah.
I think I was having a chat to D-Mac and I said, Marsh's got a tie, Jake's got a tie, and he was like, oh, yeah, Ro, bang. Just took the tie off him, presented it to me. And
so you got D-Mac to roll Marshall for his tie.
That's right. Yeah.
So I got Mr. Moose to roll Maxi.
Yeah, well, I got D-Mac to do my dirty work.
Wasn't D-Mac wearing wasn't he wearing the medal? I saw someone walking around with the actual
BNF.
Yeah, BNF medal.
Well, they're housemates, so
yeah, it must have been
probably
D-Mac.
said to him, "Look after it,"
because he showed it to me. I'm like, and then I can't remember what I said, but I feel like I hurt his feelings because he didn't personally win it, which he would know.
What'd you do?
I don't know.
What did you do?
I can't remember.
What did you say?
I can't remember.
You hurt his feelings.
I don't know.
Oh, poor D-Mac.
But it kind of worked out well.
But we've got the ruck trifecta.
Yeah, that's nice. With the bookends. Yeah. And so it was kind of nice that I didn't have to go to Mateus because, we gleaned some insights from the night that I'm pretty sure it's fine to share because, we did our roving reporting somewhat in a low-key fashion, but Mateus is about to move in with Mason Wood. We heard that.
There we go.
Natalie told us.
Yeah.
And he's really looking forward to that. And, the kid's a pro. He's on the record that, earlier in the season that he doesn't drink. At least during the footy season. I don't know about afterwards, but the kid just wants to be a pro.
Yeah.
And moving in with the doc,
Yeah.
And sort of looking at Mateus's tyre after I'd gotten Moose's, he was the only one that still had it primoed. Yeah. So I don't think he would have felt too comfortable in derobing, I think.
And it's a big night on the Champagnes, right? The best and fairest. It's a big night, celebratory. There are a lot of players that are looking to the pre-season already, and that made me real happy.
Yeah, well,
we heard during Ross's speech about Battle. Yeah, so
that he had one drink for the entire year.
We heard that after.
Oh, that was after.
That he had the evening.
Had a lunch with Rossi on the day of the BNF.
Yeah, correct.
Asking how he can get better. And
this is like the Hangover movie for Jake. He's starting to piece it together with every story that we tell.
Yeah, that happened. And then we found that guy on the roof.
Yeah.
And then Mike Tathan within
There's a tiger.
There's a tiger.
Yeah, that's it. And then later on, I think it might have been Bass or someone.
Bass was there. I'm thinking of Wednesday morning. I got a few messages of, and I think someone tweeted when colour came back into my life, and people were saying that they spotted a few boys at RSCA in the rain training and then in the gym.
Yeah.
Some of the younger boys, I think a few of the senior boys in the gym. That's on the Wednesday morning, so a couple of days later already.
Love it.
Yeah.
But as you were saying about Josh Battle, had a lunch with Rossi that day saying that, I want to be better, I'm committed, I want to be the best I can be. I've cemented a place now at half back. Yeah. Take me through it.
And then, he's just going on. And then also, only had the one beer. It was pretty relaxed for the evening. So, which, there's nothing wrong with having a few beers, especially on a night of celebration. But, it's just nice to see that a few of them are just like, all right,
That was kind of I don't know your takeaway, but even the speeches, the seriousness in the room, but in a really calm and driven way.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it's my first BNF, so maybe it's like that all the time, but I've watched them online and I've never got that feeling.
Well, you don't get that from other clubs. Like you saw Melbourne's one and Stephen May going off, we're the better side, blah, blah, blah. Just getting carried away.
Yeah.
And then you look at, Braden Maynard, he was a bit silly up there as well. And, a bit of profanity and everything like that. The Saints boys couldn't have been more well-spoken and more driven.
I really like Steele's speech.
Steele's is great.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, even Bassett.
Yeah,
just
pretty
they
much
all were really consistent.
It was,
But even like when it's in the interviews when we spoke to Burnsy, I think it was, and Jack Hayes, and you said, "What's the mantra for next year?" And their answer straight up was just, win it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a win it and then a bit of a giggle and like a joke answer. They were just.
That's what they're here for.
Burnsy said it, and then Jack Hayes is like, "Yep, that too. I agree with that." And I'm like, they're switched on.
You brought him up, and I was going to say, I was having a chat to him after the BNF, and he was like, I first of all said one of the funniest things in his family is that I met his brother at the kebab shop. And then he was telling me, he was like, I have full faith in this team and this club. We've got it. All we need to do is do the right thing by Rossi, and he'll lead us there. And that is what I sincerely believe, and I'm so excited about next year. And that got me so pumped up.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you know what, I'm just enjoying this. Like, we've all had a big year. It's been a big year at the Saints with the 150th. We've done a lot. The Saints have done a lot. Let's just enjoy it. Let's have a bit of fun with the boys. And then he says something like that. I'm like, I am so rocking and ready for next year now.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
You have given me no off time.
Yeah, I want round one.
Yeah,
give me round one right now.
Yeah. And we're sort of talking about it on the night, but Caminiti, just that lad energy, really confident, but just. He's a beautiful person.
And we got to meet his parents too.
Yeah.
He's so nice.
I had a chat to his mum briefly. Yeah, she was lovely.
Yeah.
But just the swagger that, permeates amongst that young group. We basically asked him, it's just like, if you could, if you could do what you did this year off 6 weeks of pre-season, how do you think you're going to go after a full pre-season? He's like, I don't know. Probably be a fucking beast. And he's just dead set. And sorry for the Francois listeners, but I feel like you need to just get that, because that is the energies that is coming off these guys, and it's just
Owen's in his speech as well, and he's just I just want to be bloody. I just want to be the best. That's his mindset. It's simple, but. He's always going to be driving for more and be better every single year.
And that's out of the kids.
That's not the senior boys.
What better to drive a club than a bunch of kids coming in and going, nah, we're going to turn this mediocre standard into an A-grade standard, and we're going to take this club to the promised land.
Yeah.
So the Messiah of the year hasn't been bringing in the Brad Hills and everything like that. It's been developing the kids, and that's the way that it always works.
Yeah, it's that mindset too. Yeah. This is the first time where this club's got
feel
that
it in
winning.
your brain, in your head, in your mind too.
But we're thinking like winners, or we haven't done it. We haven't earned that, like what Ross would say.
Yeah.
But we're thinking that way now.
It's fine being humble, but it's better. It's even better to want to be better.
Yeah.
And you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when you come out of year 6 and you go into year 7 in high school, and you've got all this swagger and confidence about you, and then the year 11s come in and give you a slap in the balls or something and say, straighten up. You're being so annoying. Nah. The year 11s have come in. The Jack Steels, their Sab Rosses.
They're hanging with the year 11s.
They love it because these boys that have come through,
they're freshening up the schoolyard.
That's right.
Like when you get on the school bus and the year 11s are in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
And you're right at the front. You're really shit scared. But then they're like, "Here, come sit back here, mate. It's all good."
Oh,
and then you go sit down.
They get on the bus.
Really they're heading for the back. They're going, "You're in our seat."
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Move me.
And then they find middle ground. They go, "No, you can sit there. We like the cut of your jib."
Yeah.
You guys move to the front.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we've just got this amazing. This is the connection that we really lost after COVID in the squad. I think it's something that we found during the hub. Because it forced us to be together,
and
it forced us to. We had a very, very what's the introverted list.
Yeah.
And that was publicised that, you know, we were quite an introverted list, and it took something like COVID to bring us together, to force us together almost. And then once that was done, Brad Ratton had the hardest job in the world of trying to bring that back together in an introverted group. These young lads love it.
Yeah.
They love being out and about. They love having a chat to fans.
They want to come into the office.
That's right. They love coming into the office. They think it's the best thing ever. So to gain that energy, and also that brings a little bit of personality out of yourself. Yeah. Nothing sparks up like a workplace like a couple of little bloody kids running everywhere and just bringing out your fun side. And that's what it seems like they do. They have this ultimate professional ego about them, but this fun side about them.
Yeah. And it's just one thing that came out really clearly was that they're so competitive with one another. I think Mitch might have even said it in his thingo that when he saw Windy win the best first year player, he's like, I want that now. Because he got it, you know. And it was so fitting to see Machito and Nasai both, you know, they couldn't split them.
Yeah.
And
so fitting.
It was so fair.
Yeah, and then in the count, like you look at Wilkie and Sinks not being able to split them into the last 4 rounds. Like that was great too.
Machito and Naz were top 4 and 5th.
Yeah, they were 4th, which is just nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts. And I was talking to my mate who's a big Collingwood supporter, and he's very happy at the moment, of course, but I said to him, oh yeah, you know, Nasai came 5th in the BNF, and he was like, he's a freak.
Yeah.
I've watched him. He's a freak. Like, you guys are seriously going. I'm like, yeah, it feels like it. It feels like it. I'm glad you've noticed. Because he is. Like, he's no good behind the mic, but on the big stage, he's a rock star.
Yeah.
So,
lets his footy do the talking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's like the lead guitarist. You know, quiet and shy, but you get him out on stage, he starts ripping shots.
He's Angus Young.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it. But honestly, what a huge night. It was so much fun. It was good to get to know the boys.
Yeah.
Like we know for a fact now Marcus Winhager is just an absolute sweetie.
Absolute legend.
He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a teacher's pet.
Yeah.
He's a gorgeous young man. So, having a good time with him. Machito as well, very up and about. It's just great. Mm-hmm. It's great. It's great to know that we've got a crew there that's having a good time. And like Wilkie, he's out of his shell. He loves getting around for a chat, and so does Sinks. I feel like Sinks has come out of his shell too.
Yep.
And same with Steely. Steely was getting around to absolutely everyone. He would have been absolutely cooked after that night. Just the social battery would be dead. Yeah, because he was chatting to absolutely.
He was working
everyone.
the room. He probably got about 15 Ks under the belt for that one.
Yeah.
The Telstra tracker.
Yeah, spot on. But it was just it was amazing. It was awesome to be there for the first time. Like I had no idea what a best and fairest was like. Have we ever had it at Palladium?
I think they usually.
I think that's where they usually.
Have it.
Yeah,
because I went to the girls one last season, and that was at another part of Crown. But yeah, it was nice to go to the men's, and
we also had an interesting chat with Damien Carroll
as part of the Moose presentation.
Yeah, as part of the Moose presentation. He's a lovely fella as well. So he's got a kid of his own, I think, 15 or 16, coming into the AFL system as well, trying to make his way through. So,
And like Dino said something pretty interesting the other night because Damien Carroll, he came from Clarko's, or not came from Clarko's, but was a part of the Clarko stable,
that's right,
Hawthorn years.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting in that Clarko would have gone from Ross Lyon. Ross Lyon really created that zone pressure kind of, you know, and then Clarko refined it with a cluster, and DC was a big part of formulating that.
Yeah.
So, you know, fast forward a few more years, he's also had a big say in how we sort of zone. And
there you go. Yeah.
And it was interesting sort of hearing some of his thoughts on that. And he did say he'd come on the potty one time.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he's not too far away.
Yep.
Doesn't live too far away.
No, there you go. Yeah. So, it'd be interesting to get him in to have a bit, you know, delve into that a little bit further, but from, you know, it sort of going full circle. And, I guess our kind of zone is different to how a lot of other teams operate. And we saw that when it works really well. And I think once we kind of get the players really up to that game plan and we refine it all. It's I think we're going to be a dangerous team going forward.
And they're the type of blokes that come into the club and make the players respect you.
Yeah.
Because not only now are you physically challenging them to be as fit as possible, but also mentally challenging them now to be as smart as possible.
Yeah,
in the
true.
Football
It's
team.
not just playing, is it?
No, that's right.
You
It's
gotta
also
really
doing your
think.
study and making sure you're doing the right
Trust
thing.
your teammate.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's good to know that we've got those characters around, and he was lovely. He was such a good fella.
Yeah. And we'll probably get more of those characters in maybe in the next 2 weeks. In terms of playing group.
In terms of playing group, there's so much going on, and it's so funny. It's the first day of the trade period, and we are so quiet. We've been nothing but noise for the past 3 weeks, and now day one of trade period comes along, and we're just teetering along. So there's got to be something going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, Sauce did a video just before.
Did he? Yeah.
He talked about, obviously Gresh and Koff, but he actually did say that depending on the compensation, if we decide to match with Essendon, that's an option.
Yeah,
or
try and
actually convince him to stay.
Yeah.
There you go.
I guess that could be a Josh Dunkley sort of all over again, isn't it? The
It
first
is,
time.
yeah, wanting to go.
It didn't work out, and he stayed for one more year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he was contracted.
He was contracted.
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I don't think it bodes well to keep people that don't want to
No,
stay.
I think it'll
and
get
that's what
done.
happened with Jack Stephen, and it didn't bode well. So, it was in the end no good for his mental health. So
Yeah, exactly.
And then Josh Dunkley, same thing. Didn't really want to be at the club that he was playing at. Played for them and gave him his heart, but didn't get the return. And then he goes up to Brisbane, and all of a sudden, things start falling into place. So I think you got to let the players go where they want to go. As much as you want to be a pain in the ass for other clubs, but we've got to try and get something back.
Yeah,
in
and
return that's worthwhile.
We're not going to be too active, I don't think, until some players leave, because then our hand will open up.
Yeah.
We'll get some more draft picks.
So let's talk about the players that are staying currently. So we've signed on 4 players in the past week or so. So we've got Ronnie Burns signed on for a year. We've got Zach Jones for another year, which I think is a good move.
Jimmy Webster, another one.
Jimmy Webster, we want to keep him. And
Burns.
And Burns.
I said Ronnie Burns.
Oh, sorry. Burns, Stocker.
Yeah.
Stocker
So they all,
for another
to me,
year.
they all deserved
Correct.
that. I think some people had their question marks on Zachy Jones, but it's 1 year,
Yeah.
Yep.
and it's probably on.
Wouldn't be
I was
as much.
be
surprised
on
Stocker
huge
only got
coin.
the one, but it may have like triggers and things like that.
I was going to say, it
but-
may have triggers, but he also may be that bloke that needs to be living on the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
Burnsy
to
as
say
well.
you got to earn it. You got to work hard, because he worked bloody hard this year.
Yeah.
And he earned his spot. So you just want to say, okay, we'll keep earning it.
Yeah.
You know, so you want to push it along nicely, and that's when you start to put in the trigger clauses and everything like that.
I mean, 2 of those blokes play similar positions. They're kind of competing. I mean,
Webster
Jimmy
and
and
Stocker.
Stocker in a way. So
Yeah. No, that's it.
interesting.
Yeah, different players though, which is good.
Yeah.
You know, left and right footers.
Yeah.
Both very good kicks, which is nice.
So I
And,
think
and how'd you guys take the Caulfield nomination out? Because he's probably the first young player in a long time that we've wanted to keep has said, no, I want to go.
I didn't. I was a bit upset about it. I really like Koff. And I just hate that. I just wanted to see 1 year under Ross, just one fit year.
That's right.
I just wanted to see that. If it worked out, great. If it didn't, then I know.
Yeah.
And then we can facilitate something for him. But I guess see him get injured, help him sort of rehabilitate, get him right, and then he kind of goes. I'm like, damn, I want to see you at your best, mate.
On you take it with a pinch of salt what they report in the media, but they're reporting that his last couple of years or his last extension was sort of like $650 a year, which that's bonkers money.
Really?
Yeah, that's
that's what they reported.
yeah.
So,
Surely not.
well,
That's the thing. Could have been under Ratton, and you remember that 2020 year under Ratton? He was awesome.
well, that's right. He had a good year. He had one good year.
He was in the
and
22 under 22.
Yeah, and
So
he was
he
a
did.
top 10 pick, and him and Clark were remunerated to because we wanted to keep him.
Yep.
But you'd like to see a little bit of he wasn't kept out of the team. There was not through lack of opportunities. He just wasn't fit.
Yeah.
And I feel like we got him fit, and to me it's a bit of a shit move. Like but I suppose all the best to him. But He might cop a boo from me.
Yeah, you're a bit sour.
Yeah, I was going to say, get to the point.
Look, I don't mind a player that's been riddled with injury and not being able to start up, having a fresh start. I don't have any issues with that. It's disappointing that we lose a top 10 pick, but we decided to take him, and I think Norton was the pick after him. So, we decided to go for Caulfield and we decided to go to Clark, and we put our effort into them. They weren't able to return it with their bodies, and the rest is rock and roll history. Like, sometimes you do need a fresh start, and if he plays well at Bulldogs, he plays well at Bulldogs. But I'm in that stage now where I don't let it deter me from players that we haven't seen in a while from just falling away, being taken out with the tide, because all my focus is just on the players that we have that are ready now.
Yeah.
And the sport goes
ultimately, it's the ones that want to be there.
It's the ones that, it's the ones that want to be there, and you're just like, all right, good luck, mate.
Yeah.
Off you go. Thanks for your time here. He was a Bulldog supporter growing up. He wants to go back to the heartland. Good luck.
If you look at this,
I think we've got the stocks without him.
100%.
And that's where I feel a little bit soulless, is like, and I don't feel sour at all. It's like, obviously he's leaving because we've got the answers.
Yeah.
And if we didn't have the answers, he'd be staying. And we didn't have the answers 2 years ago, so he stuck around.
And good players will leave the better you are. It happens.
Yeah.
It's true, because your list overall is going to be better.
Yeah, correct.
Right?
And
so
you
even the bottom 10 players that 5 years ago, you'd be happy to see leave.
Yeah.
Now you're like, well, no, they're actually there's some value in them. They're important players.
Yeah,
that's what it takes.
It's about who would you rather keep right now? Would you rather keep Caulfield, or would you rather keep who's someone in the same vein? Geez, I'm struggling here.
What, Stocker?
A Stocker or someone like that.
Yeah.
What could be or what is.
Yeah.
And at the moment, we've got what is. Yeah. Not what could be. And that's been the story for Caulfield, and it's also been the story for another bloke who's teetering around on the do I stay, do I go, and that's Billings.
Yeah.
It's about what is versus what could be.
Apparently Collingwood are a
mild interest was the quote.
Yeah. No, they've gone to lemon and herb at Nando's, honestly. It's not even mild, it's lemon and herb.
Yeah.
So,
knowing them, though, they could probably...
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, they love skill off of half back. They've got Crisp, who's doing his role +1 at the moment. But, they've also got Noble, who was unlucky to miss finals, but he's probably been in better form than JB's been in. So
yeah.
And they've just got Lockie Schultz nominated, who's a gun. From Freo.
Yeah. He had a smashing year. I was at a gig one time, and I made a little bit of a joke about Lockie Schultz earlier in the year, just after we played him. And they're like, oh, that's funny. Like, he's one of our mates. I was like, oh, well, I didn't mean anything by it. And they're like, no, that's funny. But so he's a country Victorian boy.
Yeah.
And I reckon Fremantle were begging him to stay for a couple of years, like we did to Jack Stephen and everything like that. And he's like, all right, I've paid my due diligence.
And now it's time.
I'm off.
Yeah, he hit a trigger. Yeah. And like I said, I can be salty at Caulfield, but at the same time, that's, if every player stayed, we wouldn't have a trade period.
Come on, Marshy.
Liam Henry, like, how filthy would the Dockers be? They're filthy.
It happens to every club, and we're going to benefit from them.
Again, Paddy Dow, who was a pick 3, that didn't work out. So, it all comes out the wash, I suppose.
Paddy Dow's only 23.
He's young.
He's still got plenty of time to turn it around. So
so he's officially nominated us.
He has, and Henry. Yep, they're the two that we want to get in, and then there's two that we will work to get out.
That's become my favourite buzz or catchphrase of the trade period, like being nominated.
Yes,
being nominated. It's like, when you're at school and you just cop like a little Valentine's card or something. Like choose you. I think they even did that maybe for when Carlisle nominated St Kilda. I think the Saints media put that one out at the time, and it's nice, and it's nice lovely. That we're seen as a place players want to come. Yeah, and they feel like they can play. Yeah, they're going to get more opportunities, perhaps, but they're like, I want to go to this place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's not
as soon as they get to Moorabbin, they love it.
Yeah, it's
They
not
love
like
the
2020.
facilities. They love the spot. They love the coast. It's great.
Yeah.
It's such a good place to be.
We don't have to sell ourselves too much anymore.
Nah.
It kind of speaks
we
for
don't have
itself.
to go-
Imagine
2019,
selling us on bloody when we're down at Seaford.
2019, we had to go to Dukes, Hilly. We had to go to all these blokes and overpay and do all these things to get them in.
Well, I think we did by mistake. I don't think we needed to overpay at that
reckon?
stage. We just weren't sure about what Moorabbin was going to be.
Well, at the end of the day, we had to, because you have to spend your cap.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Because you can only bankroll it for so many years. And that was a time where we were like, all right, we'd reached that point where we're like, shit, we need to spend it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like...
And that's where
everyone whinges about that. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, Hilly's been great. Ryder was excellent.
He was-
Dougal is, he's still playing... He's got plenty of good footy ahead of him.
Yeah,
So,
Butler, best 22.
and like
So,
Zach Jones, he's still here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And that's where you look at someone like Hanbury, and we brought him in before we got to Moorabbin, and we had to pay overs because he's travelling to Seaford every day.
Yeah.
He wants to travel to Seaford every day.
Yeah.
And that's where it fell apart. So I reckon we're in for a good trade period.
So no Shield?
Which-
Is Shield
Nah,
off the table?
Dodoro said it this morning. He said he's going to be an Essendon player next year.
So is that
But
by
that's
coincidence
Dodoro.
that news came out that he's going to have a clean out of his knee? He was having...
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Sayers like, ooh.
Yeah, so he had
We've
surgery.
probably cooled our interest more so than...
we've gone to the lemon.
We just
peri-peri.
want, we will be happy to just get that compensation. If it's a like late first rounder,
Yeah.
get that. Gresham goes, I think we'd be pretty happy just,
Oh, yeah,
just with
definitely.
that. We're not
Yeah.
picking up anyone else's salary.
Yeah.
We're not doing any of that
No.
sort of
Get a
sort
couple
of
of
stuff.
first rounders
Couple
in.
of first rounders, break a few. We can
Yeah.
use one for Henry, use one for someone else if we
Yeah.
if we really want. Try and work our way into the top 10 even. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's opportunities there.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Sometimes you don't have to work your way into the top 10. Yeah. When you're in the top 20, start to look at your academy players. Start to look at all these things that people are trying to keep away from you, trying to keep quiet, like we did with our Owens and Windhagen.
Speaking of, like, why on earth are we getting out? Because I think we had 3 of our academy players going 360, like, and they got all this media attention. No, keep them in the cupboard.
What are you doing?
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
it
If
quiet.
we've got designs on them that,
Yeah.
like, we want you guys,
Yeah.
you're not putting them, buddy, on national
No.
TV like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Instead, you go the opposite way. Go, Windy's
back
back
issues.
stuffed.
Classic.
So cheeky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, we're
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm really interested on the Paddy Down move. I think that says a lot to me about what we can do with players who have been touted highly as talent, or whether Sauce is just doing a "told you so." Told you so.
Really digging in the
Yeah,
heels.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a really interesting one for me. If we get him for unders and he turns into a ripper. But I was having a chat with Dad, and he was like, I reckon, bringing in Paddy Dow, bringing in, potentially Shield and these players just shows me that Ross wants to run a lot of people through the midfield and constantly have
you
fresh
need
legs.
to. You need
have to.
The best teams do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's right. And,
Yeah.
it's not about keeping those 3-gun midfielders in there the whole time, like your Petrarcas and Olivers and everything like that. It's about keeping that run going and, having the best of both worlds. So
Absolutely.
Because how many mids does Brisbane... Like, watching Brisbane, it seems like every player is in the
Can
midfield.
run- they can
They've
all
got
run through
8
there.
players
Yeah.
rotating through
Yeah,
there.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, how many do we have? 4?
Probably 4,
Half
yeah.
But that's the same as Collingwood. They have a lot of midfielders. They have a lot of blokes that they can chuck into the guts. Like, Crisp has been playing off half-back.
Yeah, they'll chuck him
Since
in.
Buddy went, he's such a good centre-line player,
Yeah.
you know, and then Pendles and Sidebottom can go in there. The Dacos boys,
Yeah.
Titch,
Yeah.
Adams.
Adams when he's playing.
Yeah. So there's a lot running through there. So fresh legs is
Lipinski.
great. Lipinski.
You know?
Yeah.
The
So,
full kit
yeah.
and caboodle.
So that's
We know
where
what we know what
to
we
get
need to
to.
do, and
Yeah.
we'll get it done, I reckon.
Yeah.
So, good
Yeah.
times.
Oh, great classic hits, Gold 104.3.
Yeah.
That's where we are. We love it. We love it here at Trade Time. It's a little bit hard now. It's a little bit hard for me to keep up with. You boys seem to be all over it. the ins and outs of what works and what doesn't, because we had a situation in the inbox today where I was just not cluing on. I had no idea what was going on, because now that the academy picks have come in, it's thrown me.
It's a terrible deal for the Dogs. We don't need to go into it too much.
No.
I agreed with what he was saying.
But this just shows you how out of touch I am with trade period. And
You just chime in when it's like trade alert, Saints have done a deal.
Yeah.
Then you wake up. That's when you do your best work.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the negotiating and the picks being traded.
You're Ross. Me and Jake are Gubby and Sauce.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We'll bring him to you.
I just want to bring in the good players. That's my job.
Yeah.
What I'd like to see from you, Joycey, in this off season would be to really master the Ross Lyon. I feel like you could. I feel like you could, because that's your homework for the off season, because he's got a distinct voice, and obviously a way of speaking.
That's true. I've never tried to do a Ross. That was my first crack, and it wasn't great. But I've never tried to do a Ross Lyon.
I think BJ did one.
Yeah, first potty of next season, we want you to come in hot with a Rossi.
Yeah.
A welcome back, like from, first day back of pre-season. Yeah, from the boss.
Oh, God. Yeah. This could get us in trouble.
Not if you do it well.
No recording. Big no recording sign up.
All right.
Well, I reckon we'll get stuck into a bit of Jakey's junk mail now. It's kind of seems like the flavour going on here. So
yep, let's do it.
Jakey's junk mail. Jakey's junk mail. Jakey's junk mail. Jakey's junk mail.
All right.
Jake.
Last one for 2023.
Wow.
So just me, does the season just fly?
Wow.
This season did go quick.
It's gone so quick.
It really went fast.
Yeah.
This one's from Sammy. Thanks for the content this year, lads. Best moment of the year is Saints footy back in 2024. So first question, best moment of the year. The entire Geelong game for me.
That's up there.
Do you know, for me as a fan, I wasn't even at the game. We were in Tassie watching the Bulldogs. Us demolish them.
Yeah.
Us getting on that run, after the gritty win against Freo, where everyone, it was sort of against the odds or whatever. But yeah, just to see us dominate the Doggies. And I'm like, shit, we're a bit up and about. And that was the first time I felt super buoyant about, our prospects. So yeah, that early bit of sliver turned out to be a whole pizza.
Mine is going to be interesting, because I think, the obvious choices, like that 150th celebration was
nice.
That was magical.
Yeah.
That was absolutely magical. I think being part of the club this year and being involved has been great.
Yeah.
For me, the telling thing is the tight losses to the top sides. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed no blowouts, no demolishing. Oh, well, that Adelaide game. Ross
Adelaide and the Gold Coast game felt like blowout. The Gold Coast game felt like a blowout.
Yeah.
Just two.
But they weren't top sides.
No.
We fell apart against poor sides, and that was, so be it. But the tight losses to the top sides, just being in it and amongst that top talent and going, where has this come from?
Yeah.
Where is this determination, this grit to really show up against top sides like Melbourne? We should have done Melbourne in.
Yeah.
That game to me, although it was so frustrating.
One on the bench.
Yeah, one on the bench. It just showed me we were up for the fight. I think that was my favourite part of this year, is the boys were up for the fight.
Yeah, good one. Yep. This one's from Mitch. He's asking, why is no one talking about us getting another key forward to support Max King?
Jack Hayes.
Because we do. We've got Hazy. We've got Caminiti coming through. We've got Membry.
Do you think there's any chance Rowe can play a bit more minutes forward, or he'll be number one?
Keep him in the ruck.
No support for Rowe?
He's a superstar ruckman. Yep. Hazy's coming in to support him.
Yeah.
Machito's supported him. We're starting to get a really nice forward line going, and now it's all about structuring it.
Yeah.
So we've got the tools. Learn how to use them. Yeah.
And there is chat about us sort of going after. Is it Brodie McLaughlin or something like that from Gold Coast? He hasn't played a game yet.
Yeah.
Mature age, big, sort of like a Membry shape.
Yeah.
forward. But yeah, I don't know. They're looking at it, but
Yeah, I
we
think
don't
we've
need
got
it.
the support.
We don't need it.
I think
Yeah.
we've got the support.
Yeah. This one's from D. Jones. Dream trade request or dream trade for the Saints to make? Who would you love?
So dream nomination.
Say you go on Twitter and then there's a post. It's like this player's nominated St Kilda. Who would get you up and about?
The romance would have to be going back to the last question. Ben King.
Oh
Yeah, that would.
That'd
Ben
be
King
hot, but
nominate Saints.
Yeah.
it would have been Clayton Oliver for me. I would have
you would have
really.
loved that?
He's exactly the player we need.
Yeah, that bull. Yeah,
Yeah.
big-bodied bull.
So yeah.
I'm trying to think. I mean, it doesn't have to be anyone that's available. It could be anyone in the comp.
Anyone in
Yeah.
the comp.
Yeah.
That's
No,
tough
yeah.
as.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
reckon
could just
for
say-
It
me-
has to be someone that's in the realm of gettable, I
Yeah.
suppose.
in the realm of gettable. I was going to say Tom Barras would have been mine if he all of a sudden said, "I want to trade to St Kilda." I would have gone nuts because that's a premiership defence. Like that is elite.
I've
Noah
got
Anderson.
it.
Yeah.
I've got it. Yeah, Noah Anderson would be
That'd
sick.
be so good.
But it would just be like, for me, it'd be like an interstate where, like, you know, something's gone down. They need to come back home.
Yeah.
And so, like, for me, I'd love that.
Josh
to be,
Sin.
Josh Sin. Connor Rosie.
Connor Rosie.
Oh, yeah,
Say,
Saints
nah,
man.
I need to come back home.
Yeah.
Sorry, Port.
Georgiades, I think he was gettable for a second, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, but he's not. I wouldn't get goosebumps
Nah.
over Georgiades.
I'd
I'd
be-
go, oh, wait and see.
Yeah.
Breaking news, Sainers. Nah, I get excited.
You,
over
you
it.
flex both biceps for Mitch Georgiades.
Dersma. Imagine that.
Dersma.
Nah, he's
going
going
Dons.
Dons
That's
are,
all right.
Dons
I'm
are doing what we
Yeah.
did in 2019.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
trying to.
yeah.
They're trying to just go
Yeah,
with.
Dersma still has something to prove.
Yeah.
And that's,
C. Lynch is asking, does Sauce targeting Marchbank give us an indication of who else we may go for via trade? Is he interested in
Targeting
Marchbank?
Marchbank. See, this is where I get a little bit interested to see if he's here in spite.
He needs to relax on
He
Carlton.
needs to
relax. There are other clubs.
After Dow, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Because, like, you know, he had TDK, which, you know, that would have been awesome. We
Yeah.
saw how his rest of his season went on in finals.
We've got players that Carlton didn't believe in, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas Carlton believe in TDK. They do. He's a superstar.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got freakish qualities.
So, but yeah, so anyways, his hit list has been Stocker, TDK, and
Marchbank.
Marchbank. That's enough. And
Yeah,
Dow.
slow
Like,
down.
That's enough.
Slow
Go to the
down.
other
Yeah, yeah.
clubs. But yeah, it does, you know, surely it gives a bit of an insight to, you know, so Marchbank, he'd be like what?
Is he
A Highmore?
Yeah, I was going to say
Sort of a
intercepting
Highmore
defender.
intercepting mid-range defender.
yeah.
I'd like us to keep Highmore. He'd be one that I'd be a bit annoyed, even though he didn't play this year. Whose spot was he taking? And I think, you know, he's one that they could tidy up, work on a few things with his ball use.
Do you reckon
And
the
that would
Xenos
be like-
connection helps?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Nicola will have to make sure she, you know,
Yep.
She'd
keeps-
get into the
keeps him
club,
there.
storm in, red face.
You would not,
yeah. Yeah.
You'd be soft.
You've seen the way she tackles.
Yeah, you got
I
Zeno
would
coming
be
in.
intimidated.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Max is asking, what's the punishment for the loser of the tipping comp?
Yeah, great call.
Yeah, I'm
that
still-
was Joycey.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up,
Yeah, that's a
excellent.
good one.
bastard.
So, yeah, what is that?
Saying is send them in. Send us some suggestions.
Send him some
Punishment for Joycey for
Put up a post, put up a
Yeah.
story saying Jakey Shankmail punishment for Joycey for losing the tipping.
yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, we got a whole pre-season to work it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's plenty of time.
Yeah, nice.
You need to get one of those dunking machines where like you throw the ball at the
slime?
target.
The Nickelodeon
Nickelodeon
slime.
slime.
Oh, yeah, that's
Slime
right.
fest.
Or do a gig, but like deliberately just can it. Just
Imagine,
or just pull out some really shitty
Jake,
songs.
Jake, we're looking to do something funny here, not absolutely destroy me, okay? Like,
Yeah, let's do something that can we do something that ruins his career?
my confidence has already been destroyed enough from the tipping. Let's not tip it over the edge.
Yeah.
Let's kill him and have no one go to his funeral.
that'll teach you.
Can we fake his death? That'd be epic.
Yeah, fake his dead. Watch his parents cry.
And then say, hey, here I am.
Scott Tedderman episode of South Park right here.
Yeah.
You're eating your parents.
This is from Alex. He said, "Hey lads, well done on an awesome year for the pod and channel. It's been great to see the guests you've had on and the behind-the-scenes stuff at the club you've had access to. It's a real testament to the hard work you put in, so thanks for all that you do. I just have a burning question. As a Saints member from New Zealand, why on earth is the $2 coin smaller than the $1 coin?"
Whoa.
It's denser. It's more dense.
It's more dense, yeah.
More dense, yeah.
That's it?
Yep.
Do you reckon?
Because over there, it's the opposite.
The $2.
Yeah, $2 bigger than...
Booger.
It's booger, bro.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's good. It's actually something that I haven't thought about since I was maybe 7.
Never thought of it, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely fatter.
Yeah, but if you squashed it, would it be the same... Is it the same mass as a $1 coin?
Someone weigh it.
I'll tell you exactly what it would be. It's a money saver because you can't have a coin that is higher than the value of what it is.
Yeah.
So it's made from copper. So I reckon a denser coin from the $1, like an upgrade from the $1, would be a higher value, which makes it obsolete. It's not worth anything. So I reckon it's the same amount of metal for both
we're giving this answer
and they had to make the decision to either make the dollar coin bigger or denser.
Do you know it'd be a funny bit of homework for just do a whole Australian currency, but with the players on the face of each said currency. So who'd be on the 5-cent piece right up to the gorilla.
There's my punishment.
Yeah. That's it. The gorilla has to be the G. The G.
For sure. Polt's asking, what do you guys see as success for 2024?
Doing better. I reckon.
Winning a final.
Winning
would be
a couple.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Winning a couple would be awesome.
Well, you win a couple, but just grand final if you finish high enough. I'd love to crack into the top 4.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Really be threatening for the top 4 rather than just be threatening to make the 8. To really be... Yeah, we're making finals. Yeah. We're really just going for that top 4 posse.
Yeah.
And was I talking to at the Best and Fairest? Or we must have been talking. It's the players really... You can pump them full of fitness, but it's not until the year after that they'll show it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Who was that?
Was that Caro?
I think so.
Yeah. We were talking to him about it. He's
point.
And he was like, you can pump them full of fitness. We've pumped them full of fitness in the preseason. Unfortunately, we've seen injuries and stuff, but that's what comes with it. So you're not really actually going to see the full fruits of it until the year after. So that's what I want to see. I want to see the next step.
He was talking about Melbourne. About how they won the flag.
Yeah, that's right.
Wasn't he there?
Yeah.
Or someone was there.
And that's when they had no injuries.
And they went
fit
nuts.
All year.
They missed finals or something in 2020. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
And then they won it in 2021 and were running on top of the ground. So it took a full year to really kick in.
Yeah.
So maybe next year we'll see that with us.
And I want to see our forward line click. That'd be my next step because once your forward line clicks, you actually start to win the games that you shouldn't win. You start to beat that Gold Coast in that game that we lost.
Yeah, there's plenty of games where Brisbane's midfield and backline probably not on.
Yeah.
But they're Cameron and Hipwood and Danaher just get them out of jail.
Yeah, because we got out of jail against North twice and then West Coast. I want us to get out of jail against sides that are better than that. Yeah. We get out of jail against against Carlton in that last quarter if our forward line functions and kicks properly and everything like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Lucky last here from the Chad.
The Chad.
Bit of a serious one.
Yeah.
Are we at a crossroads with the captaincy? Does Cal Wilkie need to take the reins as the leader in waiting and allow Steele to concentrate on his form and take the weight from his shoulders?
Not from what I've heard this year.
Yeah.
Not from what I've heard about how Steele's really the one to get the whips cracking.
Yep.
And Wilkie's the calmer presence.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that was the case. I thought Wilkie was the one that was cracking the whips and Steele was the one that was the calmer presence. It's the other way around. Everyone says, who takes it too seriously and blah, blah, blah. It's always Steely.
Yeah.
Steely's the one that always says, pull your head in, boys, grab the ball, get back to the cones, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. In terms of his football, I think it just comes with injury. He's just been plagued with injury, and that's not to do with the fact that he's captain.
Yeah.
That's luck. That's just bad luck. So,
and I think a lot of it is Wilkie he's more comfortable public speaking, whereas Jack isn't.
Yeah.
And that's just the fact. So I wouldn't mind the co options.
I'd love the co.
I'd like the co.
Bring back the co.
Bring back the co.
Nothing like having Stewie Lowe and Berkey.
Yeah, that's right.
As the co.
We've got that on the cup mug when they're the co-captains.
There you go. Yeah. Beauty. I love it. Love a co-captain.
But yeah, I don't know. But the best thing about Gresham leaving is that Wilkie is the man in the song.
Yes, there you go.
Like seriously, like that did my head in. Like Gresham doing that.
Yeah.
Just knowing.
Stop trying. Just putting the boots in there.
Oh yeah, really hurtful stuff.
Really
yeah.
It's gonna really upset him.
Yeah.
You couldn't do the song right, mate.
Yeah. That's
Anyway,
it.
Yeah,
Jakey's junk mail done for the year.
that's
Oh.
it.
That
That was a
night.
perfect year of junk mail.
That was
Yeah.
nice.
We had the highs from bloody Tim in Norway.
Yep.
the lows from Tim in Norway where he just stopped
just vanished.
speaking to us.
Yeah, he vanished, but that's Tim
I
in
reckon
Norway,
the
isn't
Chad,
it?
Yeah.
the Chad probably featured
Chad was
weekly.
consistent.
Yeah,
I
Chad
reckon.
was consistent. Good questions.
Yeah, and
we
then
had a
some-
lot of new
A
questions
lot of
come
new
through.
people that sent their first ones in, which was great. And
Yeah,
Haley was quiet.
Haley was
Haley
a bit
was quiet
quieter.
until the
Yeah.
other week.
yeah, she
Went
popped up
bonkers
again though,
there.
so that was it was good to reminisce. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
been unbelievable, Jakey's Junk Mail this
Yeah.
year. So thank you to everyone for sending in your questions, all the
Yep.
fans, all the committed fans. Thank you to Bentley Social
Yeah, thanks.
Yes,
Bentley.
thank you to our
sponsoring
sponsor.
Jakey's Junk Mail. Yep,
Mornington Peninsula for a bit of it as well, which
that's
you're
right.
drinking
Thank you to
there,
Mornington
which is
Peninsula.
great.
We're just having a couple of drafts here tonight. So yeah,
And
it's almost
then
draft time, so we're on the drafts.
Thanks to Mosh.
Mosh, that's
That
right.
was
The access that
probably
Mosh gave us.
probably the biggest
Yeah.
change of the channel was what Mosh were able to bring to the table and get us into the rooms and interview boys at training that we did a few times.
Yep.
That really elevated the channel, and I think, I don't know, just connected the fans to the players even more.
Yeah,
because
that
we're the
was
fans,
awesome.
we get to chat to the players.
Yeah.
Done.
Boom.
You know, that's what
Yeah.
you want.
Sparky
And
experience.
to the club themselves. Like,
Club themselves.
They were fantastic.
We've
Yeah.
got to go through it because, like, first of all, the social club.
Yeah.
What a great way to start.
That was
Like,
yeah, that was
they
a lot of
were
fun.
awesome at setting that up. So thanks to Jermaine and Emma,
Yeah.
who were our point of contact there, and setting up the players for us to come in. So that was really the taster. We got to speak to a lot of the younger boys, and we actually got to speak to a lot of superstars at the start of the year because they were out with injuries. So that was a great opportunity. So it's good to see the social club up and running again. The cheer squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dooly dooly. Like
That's
we are
back.
on for a big one. So
Yep.
yep, thanks to Lisa, thanks to Joe for organising everything in there. They volunteer throughout the year, so big props to them. It's building.
Yeah.
Building. It's going to get bigger next year. It's got a bit better, bigger and better next year. We've got Isle 29 and the cheer squad teaming up for the home games for the away
huge.
games at Marvel and
Yeah.
and the G.
That's it.
So it's going to be massive. It's going to be
There's
such a lot of noise.
all of our guests from in the studio that came in
Yeah.
as well. I mean, Eric Banner, Jane Bunn, Lee Montagna, and who else?
What?
am I-
The Bass.
The Bass dog,
Oh.
like bloody hell, you know.
He's a legend.
So
isn't
all
he?
of them so accommodating with their time.
Yeah.
Just
Could
brilliant.
chat for hours with all of them.
We
That's
support the best club.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody on Saturday night who was a big doggy supporter, and he said, the boys at the club and the club get us really, really involved. We play, like sponsor a player or at the BNF. It's amazing. I was like, how good is it supporting a club that doesn't knock the door of 100,000 members or anything like that, isn't elitist. It's
Yeah.
just, it's there for the fans.
Because I heard the word from like Stocker was asked, how does this compare to a Carlton best and fairest? And
Yeah.
he's like, poles apart. Like
There you
the Carlton one, that's just all corporate. You know,
Yeah.
it's you just got the Carlton crew, whereas Saners, it was a really relaxed and
Yeah.
it was
Like you see a
best
lot of people
all.
that you've met at the training grounds. you
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah,
watch them.
that was a more inclusive
Yeah.
one, whereas that's more cottery.
And that's what
the
it
other
feels
ones.
like at St Kilda. It feels like you're included. You know,
That's it.
even pre us doing this podcast, you feel like there's something within you that is just so welcome through the doors of Moorabbin and Marvel,
Yeah.
and just being a part of it, and now growing with you boys.
Yeah.
Just what an exceptional year it's been, personally for me as well. Like this has been one of the greatest years of my life. Because there's always something that I've wanted to do, and it's be a part of the St Kilda Football Club and have a voice for St Kilda. And getting that opportunity with you boys has just been
Yeah, it's true.
amazing. Like it is just
Is that your choice moment?
Joycey's choice moment of the year. There we go. Going along for the ride with you boys has just been absolutely amazing. And it's so nice walking into the ground or just walking around, whether you're in Petstock, Woolworths, anywhere, where I've bumped into fans and they go, I love the podcast. And I say,
that's the best.
That's
mate,
nice.
We love the podcast.
I was in
we
Geelong.
love the Saints. You're in Geelong.
Recently, and I was getting a smoothie, and a bloke came up to me and started chatting Saints footy. He's like, love what you do, mate. Keep it up. I'm like, in Geelong. I'm like,
There's
okay.
Saints
Apparently
everywhere.
there's a lot of Saints in Geelong.
Yeah, we were up at the Gabba last year and someone hit us up, can we meet up for a beer at half time? Yeah, bloody
cool.
oath. So that's what it's all about.
How good.
That's
Crazy
it.
good year.
Yeah,
Good fun doing the hymns.
Yeah,
Got to polish them off. We got through the year. We'll have some new ones come through as well.
I've got such a good idea on how we do the hymns. So.
Oh, is this a quiet leak or?
Yeah, why not? Because what we need to do...
Is this a minute?
Nah.
got your minute?
Got a cheeky minute.
Yeah, is this the minute?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, all right, hang on.
Marshy's minute. Marshy's minute. Marshy's minute. Marshy's minute.
Alrighty. So I've got to speak to the club first.
That's all right. That's
Good to preface it.
Actually, no.
This is how we put the feelers out.
Yeah,
It all starts here.
So think of this. So we got in the Danny Frawley grandstand, right? So I reckon I don't know. Like when the weather is warm, our list is finalised. The hymns are finalised. We have it's a 1,000-seat grandstand. We have a fundraising event where, all proceeds goes to the DFC, right? And it's just basically we just set up, we get a sausage sizzle, get some cans and everything. So, but essentially the whole reason why we're there is it's like a proper hymn session where everyone's learning how to do them right. Joycey, the main man, will be out at the front, have your little setup down there. I'll be there as well, You'll be doing it nice. I'll be doing a guttural. But ideally, we've just got people, we've packed out the stands. This is me dreaming big. And just record the live versions of that.
Yeah.
How good would that sound?
That'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
And then, because we're aisle 29, right? But our whole reason for existing is so that people in aisle 54 or whatever, if there is a 54, they start doing their thing. So we're all just one. So we're all our own aisles, our cheer squads. We're all coming together, making that saintly noise because no other club does it.
No.
And we've had a pretty good head start, to put it that way.
A very good head start.
Very good head start. So,
Yeah.
People in Aussie sports, especially footy, are too scared to sing.
Yeah.
We're not.
No.
We're not. So I think that for me, that would be my homework, what I would like to do.
There you go.
So I reckon stay tuned, see what we can do in that space. But
Pre-season.
that'd be a bit of fun.
That would be huge.
So you've got some homework. What's my homework? What do I gotta
Relax.
do?
Yeah, just chill out.
Try
mate.
and not burn out again.
Yeah, that's it. As soon as December hits and all the boys are
I
done.
reckon I've done
with
about 9 trade talks in the last 5 days.
Yeah,
It's just
I want
been
you
chaos.
to sit down after all the trade talks are done and everything like
in a
that.
big lounge chair,
Lounge chair.
whiskey.
Just enjoy watching the women.
Yeah,
Enjoy watching the women play.
100%.
That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
The season continues.
Well, are they at RCA on Saturday?
Yeah.
I'll try and get
again?
Yeah,
down.
because
Jeez, we've hit it lucky.
we have.
I think it's 105, isn't it? Or
make it.
305?
Yeah, 105.
I think
I'll bring it.
should be able to make it.
Because I'm
Marshy's
definitely. Yeah, that was a minute. But yeah, I'm definitely going. Yeah, 105. So get down because the crowds have been okay.
Yeah.
They've been pretty good, but they could be a lot
Well,
better.
this could be to get into the 8, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
win.
Like,
Yeah,
we're
spot on.
So if they
Yeah,
win, they'll be in the 8.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's super exciting.
With
what
how
they're
many
doing.
games left? 4?
4. Yeah.
Shit. So you
4
win this
games.
week and then you pinch 1 or 2 more.
That's it. The
You're pretty
only
much in.
hard game we've got is against Brizzy. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rest are all sort of
They're all-
teams around our sort of,
Yeah.
space.
You know what? You know what's become evident to me in there when we're playing at RSEA Park? Kick into the wind in the first quarter. Come home with a wet sail. Think about the game on the weekend. We kicked into the wind in the we kicked into the wind in the last quarter. So we kicked with the wind in the first quarter. We got a steady lead.
The last three. The Hawks.
Then they came home with a wet sail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we got enough of a lead.
Yeah.
They came home with a wet sail the week before. Same thing. We came home with a wet sail the week before.
Yeah.
Same thing. Port Adelaide.
So you reckon first
sail.
quarter kick into the wind?
First quarter kick into the wind.
Yeah.
Use your legs in the first.
Yeah.
Save them with big boots in the last.
Well, I'm doing the dinner on Thursday night, so I'll have a word to
drop it
Dale.
in.
I'll have a word to Dale.
Drop it in. Yeah, well, I mean, it's all dependent on the toss, of course, you know. So, but I think they've picked that up, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a very, very clever way you can play Moorabbin, and I think we've clued onto it because we're on a roll.
Yeah, baby.
We're on a
100%.
bloody roll.
So good. And I'm getting the day off from, dad duties.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a proper Saturday session.
Yeah.
So I implore everyone to come listen.
Yeah.
Come listen.
Come
if
listen.
you're listening, come watch. Come watch. We'll have some fun because, the girls are building something special and I feel like,
absolutely.
people should come along for the ride.
Yeah. I reckon I'll make it down this weekend too. It's actually a
sick.
good time. I don't have a gig on Saturday, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need to workshop some chants because at the moment we've got a pretty... Because it's a bit different. We can't have the hymns. Because the hymns took us years to do. You need a bigger crew. Anyway, so we're still in our infancy with the AFLW cheer squad. So we're just going back to basics.
Yeah,
good. But we need to get a few more in the repertoire. We're rocking the Who Let the Saints Out. Who.
I like
Can't
it.
go wrong.
So we need a few more. But listeners.
Da da das, da da da.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, thank you, fellas, for such a sick year. It's been awesome. Love coming in every week, or if we have to do it remotely, just knowing that, we've got, a good window to just talk about what we love. It's awesome, and, couldn't think of doing it with any better fellas.
Yep. No, I share the same sentiment, boys. It's been a big year in more ways than one for me, so as you guys know. So, this has been unreal. Can't believe how much progress we've made in 12 months. If we make the same sort of progress in the next 12 months, I have no idea where that takes us, but it's going to take us to something pretty bloody amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited.
Yeah. It's going to be another special season.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And obviously, big thank you to you boys for tuning in. Turning up every week.
I love listening to myself.
I'll listen to this once it's done, to be honest.
I'm stuck listening to myself for the next 24 hours. But you guys turn up. You do the work. You don't ask for much in return. But you just love getting around the boys and the girls and myself and helping me out with what I want to do. So, I love you. So
Ditto, mate.
Very much.
Ditto, doll.
Let's smash it in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's got to be big.
And
Season
obviously the
2024.
listeners.
Yeah, the listeners.
And the viewers.
They're the biggest ones.
They're the ones that just drive this whole thing forward.
Yeah.
Get us to do what we get to do and what we get to enjoy.
Yeah,
the most.
come down on Saturday. We'll have a little bit of a Saints TV end of season celebration with the girls.
Let's do that. Let's have a party.
Yeah.
Come party behind our sticks.
No wines for me if I'm there. So
No one's for Jake.
nah.
Yeah. Nah, let's do that. Let's have a party on Saturday.
Yeah. Get on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
We'll do an
kids
interview
hog it, but kids hog it. There's so many.
Oh, do they?
Oh, yeah. They're
Bugger. It's not there for them.
I reckon.
It's there for us.
I went there and I walked up and I was like, oh, nah, not today.
Without further ado.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. Saints fans.
That's it.
Checking out for our
Punching a
150th year
Oof.
at the Saints Footy Club. It's been a pleasure. Let's go out with a bang.
Up the Saints.
Up the signers.
Oh, up the Saints.
Saints Footy, Saints Footy, Saints Footy, Saints Footy.
Shampoo my hair. I really love my Saints Footy. And I get the feeling, so does the family. Oh yeah, Saints Footy, Saints Footy, Saints Footy, Saints Footy.
That's terrifying. He's having a
Saints
laugh.
food, Saints food,
Oh shit, that's funny.
Saints food,
Definitely getting that as a chant next
Saints
year.
food, Saints food.